What's the poop on magicnewstelevision.com? James the Tartan Trickster here. And this week we'll be talking about dripping and the bottling speech. What are they? Well, the bottling speech is really quite, well, some say the most important part of the show. But before we get to that, what is dripping? Now, what you might not know about me is that I used to work as a holiday rep for Grecian Holidays, working at a Crouch End in London. I used to live my summers in Greece, Andros and Rhodes and stuff like that. And one of the things that we were taught when we took people from the airport to the resort, we pointed out points on the route, you know, maybe, oh look, there's the sky, and look at the sea, how it meets together, it's called the horizon. Oh no, we seriously talked about points of interest, which was called dripping the trip, because this information would be used later on during the welcome meeting, where the representative would say, oh, you're on this trip, we're going to this place, this place, this place, this place, and in the person's mind, in the customer's mind, well, they've talked about on the trip over. So we were dripping the trip even as the people came in. It's really quite subliminal and quite manipulative, but let's face it, holiday company was all about money, but Grecian Holidays went bust because they overextended and tried to buy Britannia Airways. Anyway, that's called dripping. So as you're doing your show, you talk about money in not an offhand way, but you know, you tell your audience, you can never call them then because you're all working. Anyway, you tell them that, you know, later on you'll be doing this, later on you'll be asking for money, or do it in a funny way, do it in a nice way. But when it comes to the bottling speech, the all-important bottling speech. The bottling speech is extremely important. That's where you tell the people that have been watching your show who you are, what you've done, and why you deserve to get paid. A lot of different people think different things about it, in the sense that it should be comedic. It should be, from my book, I think you should be as deadly serious as possible, because you're talking about something important. You're talking about money. Well, not that money's more important than anything else, but you know what I mean. Yeah, you're talking about something important, so you've got to be serious about it and not be apologetic. Don't say, oh, please give me my... You know, you say, this is who I am, this is what I've done, and this is why you should come forward and put money in my hat. The more the better. Now, you don't say, well, give me some of your loose change. You don't want loose change. Hey, you don't even want silver and copper, well, depending on which country you're in. You want large notes. So you make an allusion towards large notes. And if you're talking about money, you say, well, you might think my show's worth blah, blah, blah. Or you might say, my show is worth $10 or £10. If you can't afford 10, 5. If you can't afford 5, a couple of gold coins. That's British pound coins. And say also, if you only have small change, please keep that, because in reality, a thank you is more important than your loose change, because loose change is a throwaway. Your show is not a throwaway. Your show has validity. Your show has strength. Your show has passion. A whole lot of shit that's put together to make it happen. And you're good at what you do. And if you aren't, well, you will be in time. So when you talk about loose change, make sure you say, don't give me loose change. And that's even a small mini bottling speech inside a larger bottling speech. Again, the good guys here at magicnewstelevision.com have written a whole screed of stuff down below, which is a lot better to read and more interesting to take your time over than listen to me waffle on. So what do you have to do at the end? Oh, you remember, leave a comment down below, and also hop over to the conversation at the discussion boards. We look forward to seeing you there. Next week, we'll be talking about IGTM. We all know what GTM means, but what does IGTM mean? Well, I'm going to leave you dangling with that one until the left shoe drops, and you'll have to come back next week. Anyway, thanks a lot. James, Tartan Trickster. Watch the book, magicnewstelevision.com, and bye.